Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Umineko One Day Cry episode 3. So last time it was a very nice conversation between the siblings. They were talking about a possibility of another person here, a 19th person, as well as they were talking about Kinzo's mistress may be alive or possibly alive, living in a mansion in this island. So that was, very nice conversation, as I said. Like, I was really tuned in a lot, or much more is what I'm saying, because of what they were talking about last episode. So let us continue, and we are with Butler. How do I even label this guy? Butler Prime? Number 1 Butler? Because yeah, this guy was the one in the first game, right? And now he's still here, so I guess he is the main Butler.
魔女じゃなく、ベアトリーチェという名の愛人が島に存在していたわけか。つまり、人間は18人以上いる。ということは、18人全員に不可能だから魔法犯罪である。という図式は崩せるわけだ。これは大きい情報だぜ。
失礼いたします。
Runaways back.
マトラ様、紅茶とクッキーはいかがですか?
Beto's butler, who called himself Runabe, appeared out of nowhere. A plate set on a silver tray that he held was filled with delicious-looking steaming black tea and cookies. I really don't like this guy's smile. For some reason, it doesn't look like a smile. He used to warmly greet a guest. Yeah, it's kind of like a different smile. Like, how do I put this? Like, people in power position smile. Not a friendly smile. More like looking down smile. Maybe something like that. It feels like he's mocking me somehow. Yes, yeah, exactly. Something like that. I don't know if he really takes me for an idiot, or if it's just a joke or something, but it's really irritating me.
いらねえよ。俺は今取り込み中なんだ。放っておいてくれ。
おやおや、それは美味しく焼けたクッキーなのに、人間ごときにはもったいないくらいに素敵に焼き上がった。それは素敵なクッキーなのに。
気が向いたら食ってやるぜ。その辺に置いて、とっとと失せな。
さようでございますか。それではそのようにいたしますよ。冷めてからお召し上がりになって、焼きたてを召し上がらなかったことを存分に後悔なされると良いでしょ
う。いちいちうるさいやつだな。まあ、耳元で気色悪くケラケラ笑うベアトのやつよりゃ数段マシだがよ。
By the way, let me check this. Actually, we haven't checked, Ronavis here. One of the 72 great demons serves as a master in exchange for various forms of compensation. Presently has a contract with Beatrice as her head butler, or her butler as a head furniture, Has multiple underlings trained in housekeeping, and he himself is extremely capable as a butler. Employing him has become a kind of status in the high society of witches. Furthermore, the cookies he bakes are superb. The witches will often line up to demand them. Should possess enormous magical power, but as always, he shows deference to his master. His power level is unknown quantity. Okay.
いえいえ、まったく。お嬢様の笑い声は時折実に品があります。それを聞くたびに、なぜ私ほどの高貴な悪魔があのようなものを主にしなければならないのか。理解に苦しむのでございますよ。
変なやつだな。そんなに嫌なら使えなきゃいいだろうが。
それでもなおお使いするのが家具の喜びなのでございますよ。それでなくては家具は務まりません。それはさておき、ゲームの方はいかがでございますか？先ほど良い情報を見つけたようなことを言われ、お喜びになられていたようですが。 はてさて、どのような浅知恵が思いついたやら。
As one of him mocked me and giggled, he followed my earlier words literally and placed a black tea and cookies in a random spot nearby.
お方、19人目の存在に自信を深めたからでございましょう。よろしければ、ぜひご考説をお聞かせ願いますか。
ああ、いいぜ。どうせベアトの前で改めて言うしな。隠す必要もないさ。いいか、この島に隠し屋敷があって愛人を住まわせていたらしいんだ。となりゃ俺を苦しめてきた18人なのか19人なのかって疑問は簡単に決着する。
バトラ様は魔女を否定するくせに、18人の中にも犯人を求められないダブルスタンダードの袋小路に自らを追い込まれました。
魔女を否定する最も簡単な方法は18人の誰かを疑うことだ。18人全員のアリバイはそう簡単には揃わない。常に一人くらいはアリバイの脆い人間が生まれる。俺はそいつを生贄にすることで常に魔女を否定し続けることもできるだろう。
But the thing is, Butler doesn't want to though. Yeah, he doesn't want to blame anyone. Or any of the humans, I guess.
しかしそれは断固拒否する。
Yeah, see? I refuse to do that.
ああ、ダメだぜ。全然ダメだ。
How can you solve a case if you don't even want to at least suspect one person, right? How can you even solve it?
18人はみんな俺にとって親たちや親戚たちやいとこたち、そして真面目だったり面白かったりする頼もしい使用人の人たちだ。俺はその人たちの誰を生贄にすることも許せない。
See? Yeah. How? Is there a case that you can solve like this? The people here, let's say 18 people, you don't even want to blame even one of them because they're close to you, a relative, the servants, right? And yeah, what are you gonna say? He's always gonna be in a dead end.
かつて俺はその決意があやふやだった。
Yeah, last episode, yeah, his resolve wavered really.
だからその心の弱さをベアトに疲れたんだ。
自らの弱点を認め理解する、なかなかできることではありません。バトラ様は19人目が存在する説を槍にする。槍というよりは盾でしょうかな。いずれにせよこれまでのゲームでの無策と違い、戦い方に指針を持たれるのは劇的飛躍と申せましょう。これでバトラ様は敬愛する18人を疑わずに存分に19人目を疑い、人間犯人説を追求できるわけでございます。
Yeah, that's what he wants. The 19th person to be real. Not a witch, but a 19th person. A human. And it's real. But yeah, as I said last time, I don't really remember if Beatrice said it in red letters that there were only 18 people here, right? I regret not at least taking a picture of that sentence or taking a note of that, right? We'll just see.
そういうことさ。最初のゲームのカノン君が殺されたボイラー室とか、他にも19人目が存在していたなら迷う必要なんかないトリックはいくつもある。
As long as a 19th person existed, in the very first game, Kanon-kun was killed in the boiler room. One might think he was attacked by Kumasawa-san, who had gone down into the boiler room with him. Or maybe that someone who had appeared to be dead earlier was actually faking and ambushed him. Either way, it was a move that forced me to suspect one of the 18. However, by simply proposing that a 19th person existed, there was no longer any need to suspect any of the 18 people for that murder in the boiler room.
つまり18人の誰にも無理だからイコール 犯人は魔女という図式だけは否定することができるわけさ。
Using this argument, it's easy to explain. For example, the problematic case that has already occurred in this game. Who gave Maria the letter? Even if all 18 people have alibis, I could easily explain everything by saying that a 19th person must have visited her and given her the letter.
ふむふむ。とても良い一手だと思いますよ。私だったらどう切り返しましょうか。たとえバトラ様が理解されたとしても、未だに弱点は健在。18人攻めは有効な手でしょうね。バトラ様の守りがどの程度か確かめる意味でも。
ならどう来る？悪魔の執事。
バトラ様が刺された19人目の駒を迎え撃つのが妥当でございましょう。バトラ様は19人目にお会いしておりませんね。19人目が存在する証拠をお願いできますかな。
アメーゼ。もちろんその指し手で来るだろうことは読んでいる。
それは受け手をお願いいたします。
魔女だの悪魔だの、お前らにこれほどふさわしい一手はないぜ。それがこいつ、悪魔の証明さ。
The devil's proof again. When you try to make some claim to humans like us, we always counterattack by telling you to show some proof. Because of that, as a human move. But I'm fighting with a witch. I'm taking part in a battle with someone who isn't a human. And some moves exist that can only be used in a game against a witch. There are cheap moves, and that's what this is, a double proof. Because it's impossible to prove. Let's assume that there's a hidden mansion in Rokinjima, separate from the Oshirimiya family mansion, and that woman named Beatrice lives there. In order to prove this, one must find this mansion and actually bring Beatrice out of it. That's called actual proof in the human world. However, if we follow the rules of the devil's proof, you can deny that she exists even if there's no proof that she does. Because it's impossible to prove something that doesn't exist. That's right, I'm finally able to turn the tables using the devil's proof, which tormented me so much before. Those guys were always trying to force me to accept the existence of the witch with it. After all, it was physically impossible for me to show any proof that witches don't exist and deny Beato's claims. That's why I kept getting hit with a reckless argument that witches do exist and was unable to counterattack. And that's why I'll spin the chessboard around right now. If I can't disprove the existence of witches, then that means if I suggest that a 19 human exists, you can't deny that either. In other words, because this problematic and mysterious mistress is craftily hiding herself, it'd be perfectly natural if you never found her no matter how hard you looked. So you can't say that your inability to find this 19th person proves that she doesn't exist. Therefore, it's impossible to deny the 19th person's existence. Beato used the devil's proof to make the denying her own existence impossible. But this time, it's become my weapon. If we can get away with this argument, then forget just the 19th person. This island could be full of people that we don't know about. Even if there were 10 or 100 of them, she still couldn't deny that they existed. In the last game and the one before that, among the murder scenes that showed up, there are several that were extremely intricate and must have taken a lot of effort to set up. It is really hard to imagine a single culprit setting up all of those. However, if not just a 19th person, but 10 or 100 people were hidden somewhere, that wouldn't be any problem at all. If they all split up the work, they could handle any job in a short period of time. Of course, doubts will naturally arise as to whether a large group of people like that could sneak around the mansion without being noticed. But those are all settled by the devil's proof. You can't deny that even 100 people were there just because they weren't seen or noticed. Even though I'm saying it myself, it's such a stupid argument that it makes me want to throw up. However, because it's such a dirty move, it's a perfect one to use against a witch. Well, this is my imagination. But what if 100 suspicious men were wearing goat masks were hiding in the shadows? Something like that's worse than laughable, almost like they're cockroaches. If you see one, it means there's 100 more hiding somewhere. Jesus.
まあ、へりくつまみれの暴論だとは思うぜ。相手が人間だったなら、寝言を言うなと怒鳴られるところだろうよ。だが、俺の相手は魔女だ。そして、俺たちがやってるのはそういう勝負なんだろう。どんな暴論であろうとも、人間で説明をつけ、魔女を否定する。とにかく、この一手で俺は、二度と親しい18人のみんなを疑わなくて済む。俺は二度と前回の失敗は繰り返さない。
なるほど。前回の失敗を学ばれているのですね。良いことですよ。さすがに3度もゲームを重ねると要領が良くなるものです。まずは自陣の守りを固める。実に堅実な処方です。なかなかの妙手と思いますよ。
まあ、19人目の人物を仮定したとしても、マスターキーの本数などのように何人人間を増やしてもしかし、とりあえずの初手としては悪くないはずだ。
バトラ様の切り札、19人目の人物という大駒。証拠はあるのかとの私の言ってに、バトラ様は悪魔の証明で反撃。良い攻防です。お嬢様のおられないところで勝手に手を進めてしまうのは申し訳ないのですが、私も少し面白くなってきてしまったところです。お嬢様に代わり、さらに一手進めさせていただきましょうか。
来いよ。魔女だろうと悪魔だろうと、相手に不足はね
え。バトラ様の刺された一手、悪魔の証明。これは私ども悪魔のお箱でございますが、他にも私どもにはいくつもの手がございます。ヘンペルのカラスという一手はご存知ですかな？
Oh my god, what is this? HEMPEL'S Raven. What?
ヘンペルのカラス？
I've never heard that in my life. What?
何の話だ
HEMPEL'S Raven. What does even HEMPEL mean? Just then, the enraging laugh I've heard so many times started echoing. The room was filled with dazzling golden butterflies, and in the center of that whirlwind, the golden witch appeared.
これはお嬢様。おはようございます。
わらわのいないところで何やら面白そうなことをしていると思えば、ヘンペルのカラスか。なんとも笑える懐かしい一手よ。よもやバトラに披露する日が来ようとはな。それは悪魔の証明に並ぶ古典的一手だ。ロノウェイ、それはわらわが指す一手ぞ。わらわの楽しみを減らしてくれるな。
Okay.
出やがったな、ゲラゲラ魔女め。相変わらず下品に笑いやがって。こいつもお前のこと、笑い方に品がねえって陰口言ってたぜ。なあ。
それは心外な。本当か？
そうもない。心より尊敬申し上げているお嬢様に、この私めがどうしてそのような陰口を申せましょうか。
よくもシャーシャーと言えるもんだな。お前とは仲良くなれそうにないぜ。
まあよい。話を戻そう。ヘンペルのカラスは実証を対偶的に行ってみせる。
To show actual proof using the contrapositive.
つまりこういう手だ。カラスが黒いことを証明するにはどうすればいい？
あ？何の話だ？カラスが黒いことを証明って、カラスを捕まえてきて色が黒いことを確認すりゃいいだけの話だろ。
Yeah, what?
その通り。カラスイコール黒いを証明すればよい。ということは、黒くない鳥イコールカラスではないを証明しても同じ論法になるのがわかるかな？世界中のカラスでない鳥をすべて調べ、それらが黒くないことを証明すれば、それは結果的に、故に黒い鳥はカラスであるとなるわけだ。これを対偶論法という。そなたには難しいか？
ああ、まったく。何言ってやがるのかさっぱりだ。
バトラ様、こういう例え話はいかがでしょう。2つの箱があり、片方は当たりでクッキーが入っているといたします。もちろんもう片方は外れで空っぽです。
For example, here are two boxes, where one has a cookie inside and means you win, while the other is empty and means you lose. At this moment, it has a cookie inside equals you win, which implies that you do not win. It equals it had no cookie inside. When such a relationship exists, the latter is called the contrapositive. When if A then B is true, then if not B then not A is also true.
そりゃ当然だろうよ。もし選んだ方が外れだったなら、もう片方は自動的に当たりってことになる。つまり箱を適当に選び、当たりを引こうと外れを引こうと、最初の一手でどっちの箱にクッキーが入っているか特定できるわけだ。
その通り。開けた箱にクッキーが入っていたなら悪魔の証明を満たす。この箱は当たりイコールこの箱にはクッキーが入っている。しかし開けた箱が空っぽだったなら、この時は逆にヘンペルのカラスを満たす。この箱にクッキーが入っていないイコールこの箱は当たりではないとなるのだから。
I'm not gonna lie, I'm confused right now.
そしてそれは箱が2つしかないことを前提としている限り、もう片方の箱が自動的に当たりであることを対偶的に示している。
まあなんとなく理屈は分かったぜ。毒を制するには毒、へりくつにはへりくつってわけだ。それで俺の島には19人目の人間が隠れているに違いないから、18人全員にアリバイがあってもそれは魔女を認めることにはならないをどう切り返してくれるってんだ。
よかろう。わらわの手は教えよう。まずそなたは 18人の中に犯人はいない、イコールならば犯人は19人目としている。
Okay.
ならば待遇としてこうなるわけだ。つまり犯人は19人目ではない、イコールならば18人の中に犯人がいる。
はあ？なんだと？それはどういう意味だ？
そなたの指し手を逆手に取っただけだがな。そう難しい話ではあるまいに。
So yeah, pretty much like a counter move, I guess.
ロノウェ、説明せよ。そなたのさっきのクッキーの箱の例えはバトラに分かりやすいらしい。
それでは僭越ながら、先ほどの例え話でもう一度ご説明させていただきます。
Allow me to repeat my earlier story about two treasure boxes, one of which has a cookie in it. In this situation, you have an 18-person box and a 19-person box. So the cookie represents a culprit. Butler-sama, let's say you open the 18-person box. Because the cookie is not there, you have paradoxically proven that therefore the cookie is in the 19-person box. That lets us make an even more paradoxical claim. In other words, if it was first shown that the 19-person box was empty, it would prove at the same time that the cookie is in the 18-person box. I mean, yes. Buttersama played his move in order to avoid having any doubt any of the 18 or to doubt any of the 18. But it now has been used to prepare an 18-person attack.
なんだと？
わらわが19人目の箱の中身が空っぽであることを先に証明すれば、そなたは自動的に18人の箱の中にクッキーがあることを認めなければならないということになる。そなたはそれを逆の言い方で口にしたに過ぎんのだぞ。
つまり俺の自信満々の一手は同時に諸刃の剣でもあるってわけか。
その通りよ。そなたの19人目で全てを説明する一手は、それが破られた時18人でしか説明できないことを認めざるを得ないリスクを背負っている。
Okay, so how do you even win? How? Like all these... Oh my god. I see HEMPEL'S Raven. So this is a countering technique. Yeah, basically, yes. Wait, if I really think about it, this counter is really disadvantageous for me. This isn't a cookie we're talking about. If I imagine that the loser treasure chest actually has a bomb in it, it even gets clearer. And there aren't just 2 treasure chests, but 18 plus 1 more for the 19th person. If you think of it as a total of 19 boxes, it even gets an easier picture. First off, one of the premises of the human culprit theory is that the bomb will definitely be in one of these boxes. I didn't want to place a bomb in the boxes for any of the 18, so I used the doubles proof and created the 19-person box so I could throw the bomb in there. Yes, that much was fine. I mean, it was for him, right? For Butler. But then Beato struck back. She countered it. Now, if the contents of the 19-person box was empty, yes, as Beatrice said, if she were the one who opens a box first, and yeah, she said cookie earlier, right? But in this case, it's a bomb. If the bomb was not there, so now you are therefore gonna say that the bomb is in one of the 18 boxes, right? That'll only mean the bomb is one of the other 18 boxes. If I could examine what's inside all of the 18 of those boxes, then as long as I can show that the bomb isn't in any of them, I'll be able to freely show that the 18 are innocent. If that were possible, I'd have nothing to fear. However, in reality, that'll be almost absolutely impossible. The police wouldn't come here in this typhoon. We don't have access to the scientific investigations or experts or anything. In short, we can't prove anything decisively. It'll be impossible for me to find any proof other than simply gulping down whatever alibis each of the 18 give. That means I personally have to prove their innocence, and I have to do it perfectly. Like by staying with them the whole time and never letting them out of my sight for a second. By doing that, I could probably be sure of that person's innocence. Sure that the bomb isn't in their box. However, in practical terms, that'll be impossible. In other words, I'd have to expend an incredible effort just to check the contents of one box. And there are 18 of them. In other words, unless I bound all 18 of them in chains and watch over them, it'll be impossible to prove that all of them have empty boxes. However, Beato only has to open one box, the 19th person box. Yeah. If she opens it first and the bomb is not there, technically she wins already, right? Because yeah, the bomb is gonna be in one of the other boxes to the people that Butler doesn't want to suspect, and show that it's empty to prove that the bomb is in one of the other 18 boxes. Furthermore, there's no need for her to show which of the 18 boxes has the bomb. Yes, the fact that the bomb was not in the 19th person box, yeah, she automatically wins again against Butler. I got 18 times more work to do to explain my pet theory than Beatrice does for hers. Like, it's a very simple counterattack. Yeah, very, very simple. And if she goes first,
世の中には悪魔の証明がそうであるように
she's like in an advantage, I mean.
反論に膨大な手間がかかり、事実上不可能であるケースが少なくない。
Like, how? Like, this is gonna be a never-ending case, man. Like, my god.
しかし、ヘンペルのカラスはその問題を逆手に取り、容易に実証することを可能とする。
ヘンペルのカラスを使えば様々な暴論が実証可能なのです。例えば、私以外の人間イコール愚かであるという命題があったとします。これを証明するには本来、私を除く全人類を調べ、愚かであることを証明しなければなりません。しかし、何十億人も調べるなど、現実には不可能でしょう。バトラ様の18箱を開ける手間と全く同じです。
しかしヘンペルのカラスならば、その命題は待遇的にこう変換される。つまり、私以外の人間イコール愚かであるをそなた風に言うならば、チェス盤をひっくり返し、愚かではないイコール私として証明してもよいということだ。つまりどういうことだと思う？わらわが聡明であるという事実を知るだけで、全人類は愚かであることの何十億人分もの証明が直ちに終了してしまうわけだ。全人類がわらわよりも愚かであることをわずか1秒もかけずに証明終了できる。世界最強最速の QED。
Fastest QED in the world.
これぞヘンペルのカラス。
なんつう暴論だよ。
これはとてもとても便利な一手ですよ。悪魔どころか神々も好む一手です。幸福であるイコール神のしもべを命題とするとき、待遇は神のしもべでない人間イコール幸福であってはいけないとなります。
What I'm saying earlier was it's gonna be a never-ending case. It's for Butler, I mean. Like, yeah, for Beatrice, when she says it, it's technically, it's like over, right? But for Butler, I mean, he's not gonna accept that, so... Yeah, it's just gonna be never ending for him. He's just gonna say this and that and this and that. And now, yeah, my god.
つまり神のしもべがその加護によって幸福であることを実証するためには、その加護を受けぬ人々が不幸であることを実証すればいいわけです。そして彼らは自らの神を信じない人々を不幸に突き落とすことで自らの幸福を実証する。
人に幸福を与えるには莫大なコストがかかる。しかし人を不幸にするのに必要なコストははるかに安上がりだ。つまりヘンペルのカラスを使えば神々は実に低コストで信者に加護の喜びを与えられるわけよ。
悪魔だ。悪魔の理論だ。めちゃくちゃだ。
話がそれてしまったようだな。そろそろ話を戻そうぞ。わらわの反撃の一手は以上だ。そなたの19人目が犯人だから18人は無実で魔女も存在しないへの反撃は、ならば19人目が犯人でないことを証明できたら。
Okay, the move for my counterattack is complete, and now, in response to your claim of a 19th person is a culprit, therefore the 18 are innocent and the witch doesn't exist. I say, therefore, if I can prove that the culprit is not some 19th person...
18人か魔女のどちらかが犯人ということで確定するぞ。
We can be sure that the culprit is either one of the 18 or a witch.
との確認だ。
For a while, I just stood there shocked, completely forgetting to close my mouth. I mean, it's quite funny though, because yeah, Butler lost. Second episode, he pretty much admitted it, right? That yeah, there's a witch, all of that things. And then now he's back. But then again, he's losing again. Is he gonna go and do what he did in the second episode? Or is he... I think he's just gonna stand his ground this time, and he will try to find ways, right, to win. Yeah. We'll see. Their counterattack had been this reckless argument that I couldn't possibly have anticipated. But yeah, this is a very, very strong attack, I guess, from the witch's side. Is this gonna be impossible after all? To continue denying the witch on an island with no more than 18 people, and to still believe the innocence of those 18 people. Is that just a delusion? Am I just trying to escape reality? But yeah, for me personally, I mean, if you're gonna suspect someone, I would suspect maybe, yeah, the family itself. Not the kids, not Butler, not George, not Jessica, not Maria. Right? When you look at it in a mystery standpoint, without magic and stuff like that, you could argue, yes, it is, or if it's one of the 18, I mean. Like, the only one who could do this are the adults. Yeah. For example, like Rudolph. Who else? I guess not Kraus, maybe, because Kraus is already the head, right? So maybe Ava, Rosa, maybe they're so greedy in acquiring a lot of fortune. Maybe they could, yeah, be the culprit, right? And even if all of their families are gone, it's fine for them. But I wish when we do the answer arcs, I wish that they would tell us clearly who did it, how it happened, all of that. It would be so satisfying when we reach that point. Don't give up this desperate struggle yet. Who cares about whoever is a raven? They're just trying to confuse me by bringing up weird bits of trivia. I use a devil's proof. But then, yeah, but then again, you could say like, oh, maybe it is a 19th person, right? The human form of the 19th person taking revenge for what happened to them. Right? You can say that. But right now, we need more information. I use a devil's proof. Don't feel uncertain about something you've used once. Believe in the spear you've drawn. And then forcefully gouge it in. So unless we actually see like the 19th person, sure we're seeing Beatrice right now, right? But this Beatrice is always talking about, yeah, magic, witch. We need to see the human or a human 19th person. We haven't seen it yet.
まだまだ序盤だぞ。この程度で長考するつもりか？
And once we see the 19th person, then we could argue like, could this person have done this? Could this person be vengeful? Or could this person just be, as I guess they were saying, living in a mansion and knowing nothing about what's outside? So yeah, once we get to that part, if there is a part like that, and then yeah, story, like the arguments could be much more, a little bit easier after that.
いや待て、確認するぞ。確かに俺は分かりやすく19人目という言い方をしたが、悪魔の証明によって18人以上人間を増やせるなら、それは10人いるか100人いるかもわからない。不特定多数ということだ。
But I think it's only, the minimum is I guess 18 and the maximum is 19. I doubt there's gonna be like 10, 100 people, for example, living in the island that we don't know of. I think the maximum is only 19 if there is, and the minimum is 18. Yeah, only that number is 18 or 19. There's no 10 more people, no 100 more people.
お前が想定する人数より常に1人多い。
There's always one more than you assume.
わかるか？
They countered my twisted logic with something even more twisted. So the only thing that could counter that would be even crazier twisted logic.
なるほど。わらわが19人目のアリバイを何らかの方法で証明したとしても、その瞬間にそなたは20人目を生み出し犯人だと主張する。これを無限に繰り返すことによってわらわは永遠に彼らのアリバイの証明が終えられないというわけか。なるほどなるほど。さながらイナゴの大群を呼び出す魔王よな。さすがは金蔵の孫よ。召喚術の才能には恵まれていると見える。
つまり18人以外の存在 X は常にアリバイを証明することが不可能なんだ。どうだベアト、ヘリクス合戦だと分かれば俺も負けねえぜ。
愚かしいぞ。わらわを誰と心得る。わらわこそは無限の魔女。そのわらわに無限にて挑むとは片払いたいわ。無限を操ることはつまり無限を殺すこともできるということ。わらわが19人目を切ればそなたは20人目を呼び、20人目を切れば21人目を呼び、21人目を切れば22人目を切れば。
Okay, how did she start again?
23人目を呼び、34人目を呼び、6計4358兆2235億7967万3204人目を呼び。
That's a lot of numbers.
わらわを永遠に翻弄で生きるとでも？無限交代とは笑わせる。わらわに無限は通じぬわ。
The infinite doesn't work against me.
ほう。ならばどうやってこの俺の無限を殺すんだよ。見せてみろよ。
わらわには真実を赤で語る力があろうが。
Okay, we're finally back with this. Thank God. Okay, give me everything.
来やがったな。
わらわが赤で語るとき、そこには一切の幻想がない。わらわがこの島には100人しかいないと一言赤で語れば、そなたにはもはや101人目を生み出すことはかなわぬのだ。ほーらバトラ、今度はどんな真実を赤で語ってみせようか。
She's gonna say like, "Oh, there's only 18 persons here." Again.
どんな拠り所を叩き切ってそなたを絶望に突き落としてやろうか。
Once she says that, yes, Butler's theory of a 19 person is done. But we'll see, we'll see.
そら、いつもの怯えた顔を見せてみるがいい。なに？
Okay, what does Butler have?
そなた、笑うか。
I wonder what kind of creepy look I had on my face as I laughed right then. That red sure is crazy. Every time it jumps out, I'm driven into the depths of hopelessness. But I already realized something. There is no need to be overly afraid of the red.
また抜きやがったな。殿下の宝刀だ。それで今度はベアトリーチェ様は何をどう赤で語ってくださるってんだ？
ほう、それはどういう意味か。急に余裕を見せおって。
悪いがその真っ赤な宝刀は俺も抜いてくれるのを待ってたんだ。さてお前は今度は何を赤で宣言してくれるんだ？犯人は18人の中にいるとでも言ってくれるのか？言っとくがそいつは自爆だぜ。その時点でお前は魔女説を自ら捨てたも同然。まさに盗猟だ。
That's right. The red wasn't always a weapon that worked in Beato's favor alone. It was the other way around. If she used it the wrong way, it was dangerous enough that she could bring about her own death. I mean, we've seen examples of that in episode 2, right? Like she wouldn't say some terms sometimes. But yeah, in the end, Butler still lost though.
確かに俺にとっても18人の中に犯人がいると赤で言われることは受け入れたくない悲しい事実さ。たとえ誰が犯人であっても俺はきっと辛い気持ちになるだろうぜ。
Yeah, once she says that, yeah, it could be.
だがそれはそれ以前にお前の敗北も意味する。人間が犯人だとお前が赤で語ることはお前の投了宣言にも等しい。
Oh yeah, I mean, technically right. Like Butler got her in a little bit of checkmate right now.
お前が俺と差し違えても相打ちにしたいってんならそれも面白い一手だろうぜ。
Yeah, if she says that one of the 18 persons is the culprit, she says it in red, I mean. And then basically she's saying that she's not there. Yeah, her existence is not real. Right? Yeah.
だがこの勝負は俺の勝ちで終わる。
So yeah, that is a good word for Butler to say here. Or a good, yeah. What do you call this? I forgot, sorry. Term? Sentence? Beatrice Red was her true trump card. when that person speaks in red, it's definitely the truth, and no amount of proof or counter arguments can change that. Until now, she'd used that to severely wound me, and each time the tiny foundation supporting my heart gets split in half. However, if she used it carelessly, then I can also glean a little information about the truth. In the last game, I used that to my advantage, especially during the chapel's closed room trick. And almost he got her boxed in at one point. But she was pretty sly herself. She learned from experience, and since then, she started using discretion in the timing of her red. The feeling of tension was almost literally like a battle with real swords. This is a high-level intellectual battle. No, not an intellectual battle. This really is twisted logic. This was the world's craziest and worst battle of twisted logic.
さあ、今度はお前の手番だぜ。
Yeah, she's been kind of silent right now.
そうさ。お前のヘンペルのカラスを使うには、まず、18人以外に何人の人間がいるのかを赤で確定させる必要がある。その上で、それらの人間について、さらに赤で犯人でないことを宣言したならば、なるほど。こいつは俺にとって致命傷になるだろうぜ。
あれほど怯えていた赤を、もはやみじんも怯えぬとはな。たくましいやつよ。
抜いてみろよ。殿下の宝刀。バッサリ決まって、今度こそ俺を屈服できるかもしれねえぜ。
面白い。こうでなくてはな。
Agitate her, challenge her, drive her into a corner to make her speak in red. Of course, the red's always wiping out my only race of hope, but don't be afraid of that. On this island overcome with falsehood and illusions, the only thing I can trust is the information she speaks in red. It's my only way across the chasm of hell. Just a single tightrope. Her merciless blood or red blade is the only way I can survive. This isn't just walking on a tightrope though, it's like literally walking on the edge of a blade. Of course I am afraid, because my victory condition is the denial of witches, and then to use her contrapositive logic, the culprit must be human. But I didn't want to search for a culprit amid the 18. That's what made me stick to a weak position, since I had to claim both that it couldn't be a witch and that it couldn't be one of the 18. Last time I was unable to understand that, so that's where she hit me, leaving me tattered and defeated. But that's okay. Let her hit me. Let her attack. No problem. Someone said it once in an old sword fighting movie. A good fortress has one and only one intentionally weak point. The enemy would gather there, they would be lured there, and that would be where the actual battle took place. As long as I understood my weak points, and as long as she wanted to attack those weak points, it was as if I were luring her into launching an attack there. Gauge the distance between us with care, retreating step by step. Make them move forward. The more she recklessly flourished that red, the more chances I would get to strike back. Don't be afraid of the red. Keep her cornered so that she'll have no choice but to refute me with the red. No matter how oppressively she speaks in red, that's right, that red itself is the same as fresh blood leaking from her wounds.
さあ、どうしたよ。まずはこの島に合計で何人いるのか赤で語ってもらおうじゃねえか。さもないとお前のカラスは俺に切り込めないぜ。
破れかぶれがこうもやりにくいとは。捨て身というやつはいつの時代も侮れんな。 やはり金蔵の孫か。追い詰められれば追い詰められるほどに不敵。
Runaway cleared his throat.
膠着しましたね。せっかくの紅茶も冷めてしまいますよ、お嬢様。
Runaway, who was supposed to be her ally, roguishly rushed her into making her next move. Beato probably thought she'd manage to smile back and appear confident, but she couldn't hide the sweat building up on her forehead. By now, she had completely lost the confident feeling that she had allowed her to turn her nose up at her worthless opponent. Of course, she probably wouldn't be cornered by something like this. She's just being cautious. Until now, I've been inexperienced. I didn't know how to fight, and I wasn't strong enough to be her opponent. However, now that we've reached the third game, she realized that I'm starting to become more skilled. And she's grown more cautious, thinking every move over carefully. Sure, that's fine, Beatrice. Sorry to keep you waiting. Are you happy now?
面白くなってきたぜ。
Hey, look, she's nervous there. Look at her sweat there.
バトラ
She got pressured.
拉致が開かねえな。なら、ズバッと気持ちよく、いつものやつで行こうじゃねえか。
Yes, let's go back to the main story.
ほう、いつものやつとな。ならば頼もうではないか。あれを聞かぬと、やはり始まった気がせぬわ。
The first move was mine.
行くぜ、ベアト。
Okay, what is the first move?
副将要求。
Okay, here you go.
この島には18人しかいない。
She doesn't want to say that.
こいつを赤で言われちまったら、俺は18人の誰かを疑わざるを得ない。19人目の仕業にはもうできず、八方塞がりさ。だが、俺は18人の中に犯人が絶対にいないと信じてる。あんな残酷な殺人を18人の誰にも起こせるものか。
Okay, I guess she didn't say it even in episode 2. Okay, okay.
繰り返すぞ。
I was confused, but okay. At least we got our... What do you call this? Oh my god, I forgot the word.
副将要求。この島には18人しかいない。
Oh, she's not saying it, really. Okay.
拒否、理由は明かさない。
I'd avoided what would have been the worst red for me. If she'd repeated that, I'd be faced with those two worst choices of accepting the witch or suspecting one of the 18. Like last time, all over again. Wait, did she say it actually last time? But Beato hadn't proclaimed my ultimate and greatest weakness in red. Yeah, like, is she changing it every single episode or what? She refused to repeat it even though there was no reason for her not to strike. Even though it was a weakness she should have been drooling at. She hadn't sliced me up with red using that move, which should have been as good as forking a rook and a king. This was a big sign of my advantage. That's right. The culprit isn't one of the 18. I won't suspect anyone. And since the culprit isn't a witch either, it means a 19th person exists on this island. And that is you. A person who was grandfather's mistress of 30 years. Her real identity. I doubt it's the mistress though. If there is, it's at least their kid, right? We'll see. That is my speculation. Has been secretly living in a hidden mansion in the forest for a long time. The human Beatrice.
そうさ。お前は魔女なんかじゃない。この島に何十年も隠れ住んできた。 ただの
But yeah, it would be quite interesting to find out, right? If it is actually the mistress and she's very old, right? That would be nice to see. But I doubt it though. I really, really doubt it.
千年を経た無限の魔女のわらわをただの人間呼ばわりしたか。
For a while, Beatrice continued to laugh unpleasantly and gloatingly, or maybe spitefully.
いいか、続けるぜ。続けて復唱要求。この島には19人以上がいる。
Beatrice fell silent once again. She'd probably remain extremely cautious, as long as confirming the number of humans on this island might give her some large disadvantage. Depending on the situation, the red has already become a foothold for my counterattacks. Now that we notice, it makes the red very risky for the witch. But if she couldn't repeat this, her HEMPEL'S raven wouldn't be effective. To break my devil's proof, she would need to settle the existence and number of people outside the 18 in red. That's right, she couldn't break the existence of a 19th person unless she used red. I've closed Beato in, giving her no choice but to speak in red. There really was a fight in this witch's game.
拒否してもいいんだぜ。お前が赤で言えないなら、この島の合計人数は18プラス X ってことになる。この X は初手で許すには相当でかい大駒だぜ。何しろ以後18人の誰にも不可能だったという根拠のトリックは全て18人以外の人間 X で説明可能になる。全員アリバイ系の密室を全て打ち破れる大駒だ。
It was just like how a chess bishop can cut a thin line through the enemy forces as long as there's a slight gap. It can only be effectively used on squares of the same color, but it was very good at controlling territory on the board. It looked like Beata also noticed her current plight. She couldn't just let such an important piece go, especially this close to the beginning of the game. If she pulled out her red treasured sword, it wouldn't be that difficult to save herself from this. But Beato was completely aware that I was expecting it. She was afraid that a careless recruit might end up strangling her own knight. Yes, so she's not saying it. Because if she says it, yeah, it's a loss for her. Because in the first place, a witch is something that ought to be denied in red. Believe. Don't doubt. Witches don't exist. Something like that. Couldn't exist in this world. They can only exist in the valleys between fruits. They have fragile existence, curled up in these cracks, frantically trying to protect themselves from the brutal winds of truth. They can only barely exist like a mirage by surviving on falsehood and illusions. In other words, the red, which only witches can use, is the reality that might easily deny their very being. The more they brandish their red swords, the more they begin to lose bit by bit the crack in truth inside which they can endure. That's why they don't want to use red swords, or red words I mean, and carelessly lose that crack in truth, which is based on fuzzy information. Or illusions, in other words. That's because they understand that they're gradually being cornered. Of course, the bastard will never admit it. Because if she did, it'd be the same as admitting that she's something that can't exist in this world, like an imaginary number. So don't be afraid, stay strong. I know that she's the one who really's been pierced to the bone. After all, her red treasured sword can't be used without a lot of preparation.
どうしたよ。繰り返すぜ。復唱要求。この島には19人以上がいる。
and she's still silent.
拒否する。
At the end of Beato's worrying, she took a single deep breath and quietly announced her refusal. I thought she'd use it. But Beato refused to speak in red, even though it would cost her victory in the opening part of the game.
拒否したな。ということは今後。
Can maybe Beatrice just be playing here? Right? Maybe she's just not answering right now. Maybe she would answer it later though, right? We'll see.
俺は18人以外の架空人物 X を何人でも使い放題ってことになるぜ。
好きにするがよい。わらわはそなたの復唱を拒否した。今はそれで十分であろう。拒否の理由は、いや、今はまだ明かさぬ。いずれすぐにわかる。
Okay, the reason for my refusal is so something is gonna happen in this episode. So until then, she's not gonna answer us. Okay.
もったいぶりやがってよ。
あえて使わぬ赤もまた赤らしい使い方よ。そなたは赤き宝刀と呼んだな。愉快な例えよ。わらわも使おう。宝刀は抜かぬうちが花よ。むしろ抜かぬことによって醸せる畏怖というものもある。
そうだな。俺はお前がいつ赤でひっくり返してくるか常に念頭に置いて戦わなければならない。こいつはえれえプレッシャーだ。それに復唱を拒否される方が辛い場合もある。何しろ俺の読みが正しいから拒否できないのか、ミスリードにはまって泳がされてるのか区別がつかないからな。そういう意味ではなるほど抜かずの宝刀ってわけだ。
なあ、同じ突き落とすなら少しでも高いところに行かせてからに限る。
Yeah, see this? Like, what she's saying here is she's giving Butler a little bit of hope. And then, yeah, if he's getting closer and then she will kick him down afterwards. Is kind of like what she's saying here.
まだ始まったばかり。まだまだな。この勝負は今はわらわがリザインする。淡き勝利に今は酔え。今はな。
Practically speaking, the early part of the game ended with her being a sore loser. Even so, I couldn't relax my guard at all. The tension didn't fade one bit until I was greeted by the sound of Ronova's applause.
お見事です、バトラ様。まずは序盤はバトラ様有利の展開でスタートというところでしょうか。
I mean, yeah, at least in the beginning right now, Butler is ahead, I guess.
さあな。この駒が俺の手でもぎ取ったものなのか、取るよう誘導されたものかはまだわからねえな。どうせお前のことだ。俺が罠にはまり始めてるのを知ってて白々しく拍手をしてるんだろ。
まさか序盤とはいえお嬢様より一本を奪った手腕を純粋に祝福いたしております。何しろお嬢様はすぐ増長するお方。たまにはこのような刺激も良い薬かと思いますよ。
お前んとこの執事ほんと口悪いな。
であろう。たまにわらわでもカチンとくるぞ。
それは大変に失礼いたしました。さあさあ、お嬢様にバトラ様、紅茶のおかわりはいかがですかな。まだゲームは始まったばかりでございます。ゲームを彩るお茶とお菓子はどうか この私めにお任せを。どうぞお気兼ねなくゲームをお進めになってください。
そうさせてもらう。先を進めるぜ。これからが本番だ。
よかろう。時計を進めようではないか。ロノウェ、紅茶を頼む。
かしこまりました。クッキーはい
らぬ。ベルゼブブにあれば喜ぼう。しばし沈黙せよ。
Beelzebub. Isn't Beelzebub the one I liked? I said Beelzebub. Was it this one? No, this is Belphegor. It is Lucifer. Oh, Belphegor is the one I think I said I liked, right? The voice. For some time, she was deeply lost in thought, but eventually a roguish glint came into her eyes. Okay.
よかろう。わらわがどうして初手にて赤で語るのを拒否したのか。
何？上等じゃねえかよ。お手並み拝見と行くぜ。
やはり見逃すには惜しい大駒よ。拙速かもしれぬが動かせてもらおう。赤は使わぬが、今よりそれをわらわに代わってローザが説明する。
Rosa will explain on my behalf. Okay.
聞くがよい。
Rosa? Dude, this is getting hype. I'm not gonna lie. Why?
もちろん私も同意よ。ローザもそうでしょ。ローザ？
ごめんなさい。私も同じよ。同意するわ。
どうしたんや、ローザさん。あんたさっきからずいぶんおとなしいな。体調でも悪いんとちゃうか？
From the beginning, Rosa had never been one to cut in on the siblings' fight. But even so, she seemed unmotivated. And she had said almost nothing during this night's conference. The whole time, she had hung her head and appeared to be thinking of something else.
あんたさっきからぼんやりしてるわよ。そんなので遺産が守れると思ってるの？あんたも一児の母なんだから、もっとしっかりなさいよ。
ごめんなさい。
朝がだいぶ早かったんじゃないかね。体調が悪いなら無理をしない方がいいだろう。
客室にベッドの用意がありますよ。お休みになってはいかがですか？ご案内しますよ。
いえ、大丈夫です。ありがとう。
どうしたんだ？何か心配事でもあるのか？
いえ、別に。
そう？さっきからずっと心ここにあらずという感じよ。そしてそれは今私たちがしている議題と何か関係があるんじゃないかしら。
At those words, everyone stared at Rosa together. As if in response, Rosa's shoulders quivered. Apparently, Kyrie's guess hadn't been wrong. Rosa couldn't deny it either.
いえ、
What is it, Rosa? Tell me. She swallowed whatever it was she had been trying to say and went silent again. Of course, the other siblings had also begun to realize that something about her appearance was different from usual.
どうしたんだ？
Yeah, what is wrong?
さっきからおかしいぞ。何か思うことでもあるのか？
わしら全員で団結しようって誓い合ったばかりやないか。一人で悩むなんて水臭い話やで。話したってな。
ローザ、話しなさい。
The men pressed her one after the other, and Rosa confessed resignedly and nervously. The atmosphere made it seem as though she was confessing to some modest prank, which had inadvertently brought about a serious situation.
いえ、そのベアトリーチェっていうお父様の愛人って
Yeah, why are they saying grandfather again? Father. Say grandfather.
本当にその生きてるのかしらって思って。
I was wondering if she's still alive.
はあ？そりゃ生きてるに決まってるでしょう。こうして手紙を送ってくるぐらいだもの。
元気かどうかは別の問題だろうけどな。肖像画の美女も今じゃきっといいお年だろうぜ。
元気やと思うで。金のことで悪知恵働くやつは決まっていくつになっても元気や。案外悪巧みは最高の回春剤かもしらへんで。
生きてるはずないの。
She shouldn't be alive. Why?
今なんて？
ベアトリーチェは死んでるのよ。私が殺した。
Ooh.
なんだって。
God damn, man. Okay.
どういうことよ、ローザ。
We're really getting some answers here.
でも私が殺したわけじゃ。でも私があんなところに連れ出したから、やっぱり私が殺したのよ。
I did bring her to a place like that. I did kill her. What?
あれは夢だと思い込もうとしたのよ。でもやっぱりあれは夢じゃなかったのよ。だからこれはベアトリチェの亡霊からの手紙なのよ。
It was so sudden that everyone was lost for words. Rosa kept on talking, unable to stop, holding her head as her hair flew all about.
どうか落ち着いて、ローザさん。
わしには何がないやらさっぱりや。もう死んどる？どういう意味なんや。
2つの意味があると思うわ。まず1つ目は言葉通りの意味、そしてもう1つは私たちの想像が正しかったことを裏付けるもの。
ということはローザはベアトリーチェに会ったことがあるというのかね。
そんな話ローザの口からは一度も聞いたことがないわ。ローザ、いつよ。あなたは一体いつベアトリーチェに会ったのよ。
昔よ。ずっと昔よ。まだこの島に引っ越してきたばかりで私は幼かった。私は悪くないの。私が殺したわけじゃ。
落ち着け。誰もお前を責めちゃいねえぜ。まず水でも飲めな。夏日さん、水差しを頼む。
はい、どうぞローザさん、どうか落ち着いて。
Until Rosa was able to calm her ragged breathing, no one was able to speak a word. Okay, no crack this time, but I guess chapter end. Rosa and the Witch of the Forest. Ooh. But yeah, we will, I guess we will check this out next time, though.
ベアトリーチ。
Okay, we're with Kinza. Oh my god, this is gonna be a juicy episode next time. My god. Dude, you see that? You see that, gate? No, not gate, but you see that at the back, behind the trees there, the shrubs, right? there was... Look at that metal fence there. That is so high. I think this is even bigger than... Yeah, their own mansion, right? Oh my god. But yeah, this episode... It introduced us to another, I guess... what do we call this again? Argument, right? HEMPEL'S Raven with Beatrice there. Her counterattack to the Devil's Proof. I mean, it is pretty good, but with the red words, the red rule, right? It's still, I guess, not that effective, I suppose, because yeah, she wouldn't even say earlier that what Butler told her to repeat. But then she said that reason I didn't want to say that is because blank, and then yeah, I'll let Rosa explain. So I guess this is it. What happened though? What happened in the past? This is gonna be very, very interesting. Very, very juicy. I can't wait for the next episode. Okay, so we are gonna continue this and do more of Umineko When They Cry, episode 3 in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.